go live, and we should be live, I guess. I think we should be live. I think we're live, bro. I won't ping for this, though. I'm just gonna check it out, and then I'm not gonna ping for this. Where's my server at?
Hello guys, hello, my name is Pablo Escobar, va via.
Why am I getting DMs about it, bro? I can see. Do I ping or not?
Yeah, ping.
Like late, no?
Reacted to this video, to this one video, then ending this stream. McLeague's BS or whatever. Wait.
Huh. GG.
Alright, let's react to this, bro. Where is it? Why do I have 20 people watching already? Yo, Nqouir getting unbanned twin. My friend's also close to the new owner of McLeague's. W, bro. I'm dying. Yeah, bro, I'm dying too, bro. We gotta react to this shit, though. We gotta react. Hold on. Let me restart this. Let me bring this here.
Videos about, and she was really.
Let me go back. Let's go back.
The old way?
Everyone is being.
Let's go back. Hold on. Wait, when did he bring me up?
Involved and pretty much like right before I
Wait, let me bring my chat here so I can see the chat.
I talked with Rai about a concern I had that Rai receives a cut of
Nqouir and me are innocent.
my concern was that
Intent, we're getting tier 2. Yeah, we are getting tier 2, bro, of course.
Either being bribed by Marlo, or in this case Danger Mario, or Danger Mario may have financial leverage over Rai, and if
Let's
Rai
see this.
doesn't do his bidding,
By the way, you guys in the
they
call
can
can also
cut
give
off,
your
cut off
opinion.
his
It
income,
doesn't matter. You
because
can say
Guy
whatever
was
you
also
want.
implicated in the
This
Telegram
guy Adam
dispute
Sony
as well.
sounds
I came to
so
Rai
weird.
about that, and like Rai
Nah,
was like
he
very stubborn,
just
so
sounds
Rai
like that. It's
like,
normal.
what would you consider like
The GOAT
enough
reacting.
proof to,
We
like,
gotta react,
keep
bro, you know?
Marlo? And he was saying no, and I really wanted.
I've
it,
never
but I
done this
felt like
type of shit though, so I'm sorry if I suck at it.
What I wanted to take a chance on myself and.
Wait,
my
when is he
friends,
gonna?
Which is why we made McLeague's.
I went.
I can't
from,
see, I
like,
can't
just an average
see.
player,
Yeah, I can't
like
see
knowing
either.
about the community since
Or-
we were using spreadsheets.
Wait, what?
The verified tester,
Your
or
stream.
helper, all the way up to
your
to
stream.
regulator. I have
Oh,
to
wait,
say,
hold
the
on.
higher I got into the staff hierarchy, I kind of
Wait, what?
lost
What is
more
this?
faith every day.
Can you
The
see
fact
now?
that-
Is it
that
working
I
now?
see all of this kind of
I can
come
see,
out
I can
and
Oh, yeah, it's
crumble
working
in
Now I
now.
front of
can.
me.
Yo, they
It's
caught
just,
us.
like,
They
ruined
caught
the
us,
entire
Kuma.
purpose. Like, I'm working for people that
Well,
are
stop
the
going
people I'm
to your
banning every single
OBS,
day.
bro.
One
I'm
thing
not, bro. I
would
don't know
like
why
to
it's doing
mention,
this.
though, is that being staff has also kind of like isolated.
Okay,
me
here,
from the
here.
community as
Let me
well,
turn
like
the
larger community
volume up.
outside of staff members, and the reason for that is because of like the lack of transparency between like the staff team and the wider community. Remember like the ban wave in like early January, I believe, where a ton
Yeah,
of
the
people
audio
got
is up. I'm
punished?
sorry.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you know, even I at the time didn't actually know the reasoning for that ban wave. Yet I had.
Okay, so he's saying that he didn't know the reason for the ban wave. He was completely uncertain as to whether or not it was true or not, and he was still upholding it. So that means that he's basically saying that even though he was not sure whether or not someone's cheating, he was still saying that the staff's decision is 100% accurate and that it cannot be wrong. So we're letting a guy like this, we're trusting a guy like Adam Sony, who didn't even know whether or not the validity of the ban was actually accurate or not, and we're letting him, take care of everything, and we're trusting him. We're supposed to be trusting someone who is admitting right now that he didn't even know whether or not the ban wave was correct, and he is still saying that it's he still has to uphold it. I don't get it, bro. Okay, let's keep going. Why does Adam Sony sound like SpongeBob? I'm not gonna make fun of his voice, bro. You can tell he plays MC all day, boys. Nah, guys, don't make fun of his voice.
A lot of like people saying, oh, like the ban wave is false, like especially like Nqouir. So I basically
Especially like Nqouir. Why does he say my name like that, bro?
kind of had to uphold that, and I've seen the evidence for that
So I kind of had to. Okay, you know what?
ban wave now, and I will say it is conclusive. How
It's conclusive. Okay, I genuinely was not gonna react to this until I saw the video and I was checking. Yo,
However, have to like defend things that like either
spirits
like
reaction
where
to
like
this.
even if I like actually knew doing was justified, I can never convey that
Okay, he said even if I knew. Okay,
to
bro,
the
this
people
guy's
speaking
confusing
out
me.
against me because that would be leaking confidential
It's not
staff
too loud. The
information,
video's
and that's
too
just
loud.
kind of isolating. Anyone
Nqouir,
affected
stop hacking, they caught us. My bad, bro.
by that is watching this interview right now. I just want to say, you know, if I didn't share anything or didn't seem as transparent as you would have hoped, it's not because of me. It's because of like
It's because of you, bro. What are you talking? You just said that even though you didn't know whether or not it was actually correct, you were still upholding it. So you were tarnishing a lot of people's reputation. People like Nqouir have been retired for a very long time now, and you said they're 100% cheating, even though you were not certain, which is why the bans were unappealable in the first place.
the regulations for MC
What am I
tiers at the
reading?
moment, which is something we're looking to change with our new network.
You are led to believe, or you have conclusive evidence, that Nqouir was 100% cheating. And the only reason I bring up Nqouir is because he's one of the community's biggest influential people currently covering Marlo's topic, as he himself claims to be low tier 1. And you're telling me that there's 100% chance.
No, I don't claim to be low tier 1. I passed tier 1. I would have went all the way to high tier 1 if they didn't ban me. So I'm not claiming I actually proved that.
That Nqouir was cheating?
Well, I mean, the thing is, you know, I mean, I've seen the like once again,
Yo,
I've
Grandpa Tim, stop trolling, bro. Get out of my chat.
seen the actual evidence. I could get into it right now actually. So the
Yes,
way
please.
the way it worked was that for like the initial ban wave, they used a custom anti-cheat module on mcpvp.club that would look at the like time between hit. And
Okay, so you're basically saying the hit speed, right? Time between hits, how fast I'm hitting between each time. Well, the problem with this is that I play on 60 hertz, so there's no way I'm actually able to hit super fast. And let's say that I'm actually hitting super fast. Let's take a look at the people that I had to fight for my tier chest. Let me bring that up real quick. Where is it? Nqouir.
Yeah, I'm back.
This one.
Yo.
Yo, welcome back. Hold on, I'm just bringing up my results. Wait. Where's my friend? Okay, copy.
Those people are all your friend. You don't have to even cheat on them, bro. What the
Okay,
fuck?
look. Nqouir promoted to high tier 2. Wait, is the stream seeing this? Is it visible? Hopefully it is.
Oh, let me check 1 sec. No.
Hold on. Oh, yes, it is. Okay. Nqouir promoted to high tier 2. First person, 10-6. This is Grandpa Tim, a friend of mine. 10-4 versus Swaso, literally a guy in the call right now. 10-7 against Arnan Cody, somebody I knew. 10-7 against Dorial is my friend. If I wanted to cheat and get to tier 1, if anything, I could go as far as asking my friends, hey, please let me win. I'm not gonna need to cheat against my friends. My friends would not even try to fail me, bro. Imagine like you're testing and you get your friends. Do you really think I'm gonna need to cheat against my friends? Do you got a brain or not? And let's say that all these fights were rigged and that the ban was actually because of Nlock's fight. The ban wave was decided before I even fought Nlock. And for your information, these scores that you see now against Grandpa, Tim Swaso, Darrow, and all these people, those were when I was on 60 hertz. I was getting worse scores. I would actually get better scores now. So, you know, that just makes no sense to me whatsoever, bro. Yo, let's keep going, bro.
what
Let's
that
keep
would
going.
do is that would be
So what I'm saying is, if I wanted to cheat, I would cheat by asking my friends to let me win. I would not need to trigger bot against people that I know. Everybody in here I knew, but the fights were not rigged. Because if they were rigged, they would be 10-7, 10-7, 10-7, 10-7.
a method
Bro,
to
everyone
detect,
is
to
spamming
detect
W,
sugar
bro.
bot. There was apparently like a vote amongst the overseers as
on.
to whether they should disclose it, and apparently all the overseers voted not to disclose it, except for Spooked, and that's how.
Okay, so also something that I wanted to bring up with this ban wave. If this ban wave was actually correct, you see a guy like this, Arnan Cody. I'm not gonna discredit him. I'm not gonna say anything about him. But let's say that he ults the tier list. I'm not saying he does. Let's say that he does. Why would someone be banned on their main account and so many other accounts that they're ulting on were not banned? They were banned later on. if this method was actually so reliable like they claim, it would still be used till today, right? It would not be paused, like be used once, you know? It makes no sense. If I have a method that can eliminate all cheaters from my community, why would I not be using it? Bro, if only I could bring up the amount of cheaters I know that actually cheated in their cheer test and they're not banned yet.
That's like how
Totally legit on Tim's life.
I know about it. So
Yo, Tim, are you alive?
the evidence is pretty conclusive.
Okay, pretty conclusive. Evidence, by the way, guys, let's just reiterate. The evidence is the hit speed. So if you're hitting consecutively fast, you're cheating. Mind you, this guy plays on 500 hertz, and he loses to me on 60, bro.
And then, you know, there was that situation where Nqouir then, like, ulted to, like, bypass the ban, and then
Okay.
we got...
Bypass the ban, what are you talking about?
I didn't want to bypass the ban. The only reason why I ulted the tier list is for one reason. I ulted the tier list so I can prove that their ban system is bullshit. I ulted so that their method would ban me, but it didn't because there is no such thing as a method. I actually got reported by a friend of mine reply on the speed tier list, and they banned me for unfair advantage. Even though I had the video with hand cam, they can hear the clicks, they can see me on literally vanilla MC. So they just looked stupid by banning me.
I spooked when he fought me, and then I don't really feel like he has been honest with that situation, and
Why would I be honest about it? I only ulted so I can prove that your system is just false. I didn't ult so I can fight you, bro.
think that's really unfortunate. I mean, for the record, I don't doubt that, like, he is tier 1 though, even without cheats, because
Yo, this guy just went from insulting me to complimenting me. He just said that he doesn't doubt I'm tier 1. I don't get it, bro.
he has hand cammed before.
Yeah, I have hand cammed, and all my tests were spectated by staff members that I can mention right now, and I can get them in the VC. Regulators, managers, even an overseer was seeing my fights, and he was helping me, actually, the randomizer. He was helping me try to get unlock assessed when I thought he cheated.
But, like, just because someone is good doesn't necessarily mean that they're immune to cheating. Like, a ton of good players, I think, to, like, quote, like, Carl Jumps when he was discovering, like, the dream cheating scandal, being, like, highly skilled at a game can actually sometimes work against someone to make them more susceptible to cheating, because applying that logic...
So you just said that... Hold on, bro.
Discovering, like, the dream cheating scandal, being, like, highly skilled at a game can actually sometimes work against someone to make them more...
Are you guys understanding what I'm understanding, or am I just...
susceptible to cheating? Because applying that logic to, like, PvP, like, many times the smallest difference in, like, fight could be a difference between, like, a...
Yeah, the smallest score can get you to bridge or not bridge. People I know, by the way. Okay.
Win and a loss, or like the difference
Bro,
between
Reapon.
achieving a tier and failing a test. So
achieving a tier, failing a test. I'm not even gonna say anything else. I'm actually much better now than when I was before. Hence why I'm beating everybody now, and I don't think I could have back then. Like a few months back, like January, I was not near as good as I am now. I used to lose to some people, but not anymore. So I don't see why.
you know, just because once again, like, just because someone is good, you know, and they're able to demonstrate they're good, doesn't mean that they've never cheated before in the past. And you know, it's unfortunate for me to say, but I do feel like I have to call that out when I see it.
Alright, this is the most
Okay.
Headed
Did he
by-
bring me up anytime later? You could never beat me, son. Nor I am better than you. It's Adam Bob. Bro, I saw people make fun of his voice. To be honest, he does bullshit people a lot, but I'm not gonna make fun of his voice or whatever. That's on him.
By me, and me, Vortex, and Spook.
And by the way, this very same guy that claims he I can show you the DMs with him. He said he always knew that like people were cheating. I mean, he always knew that, like, what's her name again? Marlo was wrong. This is the very same guy. I can bring Dorialis in here if I message him in WhatsApp. This very same guy used to, like, kind of, like, venerate Marlo, like, glorify Marlo. When we were asking him if he would go for tier 1, he was saying, nah, Marlo is there. He's probably... No, Kuma, I don't care if he unbans me or not. I'm just saying this is like tarnishing somebody's reputation. At the start of the video, he said that he didn't know whether or not it was real, and he was upholding it. And later on, he said, oh, it's real because of the hit speed. Brother, everybody that I fought is my friend. Am I gonna cheat outside of a test against randoms? Is he saying that I cheated when I was a tester? I was fighting low tier 4s, high tier 4s. Like, I don't get it, bro. Nor, please don't take my words out of context. Okay, guys, did we bring Adam Sony in the call, bro? Yo, let's bring Adam Sony in the call, should we? Hold on. Yo, Swaso, do you want to VC with Adam?
No, bro.
Alright, let's just... Okay. Make a GC. Yo, Chipser, make a group chat, bro. I'll talk to him. We're gonna talk to Adam Sony live. Okay, let's talk to Adam Sony. Okay, create a GC with Adam so I can talk to him, because I cannot... I don't have him added.
I might just mute myself when you add him, bro.
Add Jobify. Alright. Jobify. Okay, Jobify. Pending. You didn't add me. Let me add you. Guys, one sec. We're adding Adam Sony to the call, bro. Nor add me to the GC. Oh, nah, bro. Look, I'm just trying to get what he thinks. I'm not trying to beef anybody. Okay, my bad. Can I join, Nor? Yeah, you can join. Holy.
Wait,
Okay.
Nor, can you invite me to the GC? I wanna hear. I don't wanna go to the live.
You may have to, bro, because...
No,
Hold
bro. Invite me.
Bro, someone said that I sound like Adam Sony.
No, he doesn't,
What?
bro. What?
Yeah.
What the hell? Why do we have 60 people listening to me react? Okay. I should be in the GC. Yeah, sure.
Don't leak, bro, in your live, bro.
Wait, I'm not showing on the my other monitor, bro. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Oh.
Me
I
and Adam
know.
Sony, no. Wait, what? Oh god, he does. Yo, Matthew, bro. Swasso is gonna target you, I'm telling you. King of EU ISP is here. Yo, is that Banks? No way. Bro. Bro,
No, but don't worry, invite me
Jobify.
to the GC,
make
bro.
the GC, bro.
Okay.
Okay, let me add some people. I'm gonna add out tab.
Add me.
Guys, don't disrespect him, don't make fun of him, don't do anything, okay? We're just trying to have a conversation.
Alright, bro, it might be bad, not gonna lie.
No, don't say anything.
Yo, invite me too.
Yo, why is my mic?
Hey, Nora.
Nor
What's up?
only you two. I only want to like have. I'll mediate.
Okay,
Or
hold
else
on,
will be like a
let me-
gang up. It'll only be a gang up. So.
Nah, I told
like-
you
You
not
mean
to.
a gang
I've
up?
been
No, I
telling
don't
my
have gang up.
Bro, listen, I've been telling my chat not to disrespect him or anything. Everybody, I told him not to make fun of him at all.
Yeah, but you know, it's just I'll be a mediator, so you guys can talk it out.
Okay.
But
go
you
ahead.
know. Okay. So obviously you guys have some
Wait, I need to turn off your... Okay, sorry. I just need to turn off your stream just because I could like hear the echo and it sounded like five
Okay,
or
my
six
bad.
people were all talking at once. No, that's on me. That's not on you.
No,
But I noticed that I believe Jobify told you, I'd be making that video, and I happened to feature you in that video, or at least mentioned you, and I used like your situation as an example of not really so much like a gripe towards you, but just as a like an example of like my own experience as a staff member working under Marlo. So would you mind, like, I haven't seen your stream because I was busy moderating like the video that you were watching for the premiere. So would you mind just like summarizing your perspective towards me, and then hopefully we could have some discussion.
Okay, basically, first of all, your first claim, you said that you didn't even know whether or not the ban was correct or not, and you were still like upholding it, right? So that's like the first claim that I found really ridiculous, honestly.
Oh, okay. You want me to explain?
Yeah, go ahead, because
Okay.
you didn't know that whether or not it was true, but you were like supporting it.
Well, I mean, yeah, and that's actually, once again, this is what I mean. That's why it's not really like a gripe towards you, but rather a gripe towards like the like Marlowe situation and like the way MC Tiers was run as a whole. Because like I was aware of that ban wave like a few days before it began, like it was announced like in the staff Discord, and I saw it, and like I even asked, like this seems like a whole lot of players, and like a lot of people in that ban wave were like people I expected. There were a few that kind of like hit me out of left field as well. But I asked, what's going on. They said they couldn't say, and it was the overseers who were announcing it. But as a staff member though, even if I don't know like the reason for a ban, like and like I'm just gonna give an example. You know, like how like the like blacklist staff, like not all staff are blacklist staff.
Okay.
Well, because of that, they don't know like the reason for a blacklist. Yet, as staff members, they still have a duty to uphold those punishments because those punishments are, well, hopefully valid. Like, well, obviously, we're all like capable of making mistakes, but So, as a staff member, yeah, once again, even though I didn't know like the reason for that punishment, at least at the time, I pretty much had to uphold it just because that's like my role as a staff member, and that's not on you. That's on like the lack of transparency for MC tiers, and that's something I'm hoping to change with my new project, MC Leagues. Shameless plug, but so that's just like where I was going with that. It wasn't like a gripe towards you; it was a gripe towards MC tiers.
Yep. Okay. Second thing that I wanted to bring up, bro, was I just want to like talk about something, a specific player, the Royales, which I believe I was
Oh yeah, I
told
fought
by
him
staff
before.
members that he was flagging 2 weeks prior to the ban occurring. When during those 2 weeks, this guy was not even home. He was not even home. Like, how was he flagging when he was not playing the game? I don't get it.
Oh, like once again, would you mind naming those staff members? You don't have to if you don't want, but
I would.
I'm just trying to.
Don't worry. I'll name them in your DMs right after the stream. I don't want to name them on stream because I don't want to be putting them
Okay,
on blast.
that's
But it's
that's
an
entirely
overseer.
fair. I get that. It's an overseer. All right. So, like once again, that's also like something I'm completely unfamiliar with. Like I don't know like when Dare was online or like at the time even like what he was flagging. So, like once again, that's also something I can't really comment on. Like I know like you and Darrow are like friends. I've talked to Darrow before and he seemed like a cool guy, but once again, I can't really comment on that because once again lack of transparency with MC tiers. So I don't really know like the exact like down to the specific detail about his punishment, anything of that nature.
Okay. Alright, so next thing I want to talk about, since we can talk about this, I wanted to talk about what I flagged. I'm gonna give you my situation and my thoughts, and then you let me know what you think.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
So they're talking about the hit speed. I want to mention the first time I tested, I usually never lose an NA. I ended up losing an NA. So before that, nothing happened. After that, nothing happened. I was never accusated. Nothing was wrong. Nothing was off, After that, when I tested for High Tier 2, like you can see on my stream if you're watching, everybody that I fought, or 4 players, were my friends. If I genuinely wanted to cheat my way to Tier 1, if anything, I would go, hey Grandpa Tim, hey Swasso, hey Doriales, give me passing scores. Do you really think that I would need to cheat against my own friends? And even if I did, like even if I was genuinely a low tier 5 testing, my friends would not even try to fail me, They would not even try to like barricade the way. They would let me pass if anything. So I don't
is
see how
that like
I
an
would need
admission to boosting? That sounds like an admission to boosting
It's
because
not-
you
it's
said
not
that
an
your friends.
admission.
Hold on,
No,
hold on, hold on.
Pass.
I'd like to interrupt. Hold on, guys. This is just all like theoretical. I understand the point Noor's trying to make, but I think we're diverting from the main issue at hand. So I think we should just skip this one for
let me
real quick.
let me just tell you something.
Okay.
If it was, here's why it's not boosting. If it was boosting, I would not 10-4 Swasso and I would not 10-6. I would just go on and give them scores so that they do not lose strike score. But there's no reason for me to make Swasso lose strike score if he's my friend. You know what I mean?
Again,
Also,
again, Noor, let's divert back to the topic. And I really don't want to cover this topic because a lot of this could like hearsay or it's something that could have happened, may have happened.
Okay. I'm gonna
could have
bring
done
up
this.
one last
Yeah.
thing. I'm gonna bring up one last thing.
Well,
Basically, to summarize this, the people that I fought, I would not need to cheat against. That's what I'm trying to say. Other than the Enlock fight, but the Enlock fight occurred like slightly before the ban wave. It was already decided then. So who did I cheat against? Did I cheat when I was like testing people? Because I was fighting tier 5, so why would I need to cheat against unranked people? If anything, I can get 6-0'd and give people tier 3. That doesn't hurt me in any way. So who did I cheat against? I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, like once again, like all I really saw like were the logs, and what another thing I will acknowledge is that those logs did come from mcpvp.club, which, as you know, mcpvp.club is owned by Jagai, who was implicated in the Telegram messages, who so those logs may be unreliable. Now, I can't say whether or not they're unreliable for sure because I'm not the one who made those logs or whatever, but those logs do exist. I saw them, and as for like who exactly cheat against, like once again, that's unfortunately not something I could answer right
Okay.
now. But also Jobify. If you could I just mention one more thing about the boosting, if you don't mind, because I feel like it is relevant to this
Go
situation.
on.
Okay.
Okay, so Nor, you are aware that like, after your punishment, right? You went on an alt account and then you started you tested, right? You acknowledge you did that,
Okay,
right?
before we go
Because it's
on,
on your
you
you
do know the reason why I did it, right? It's not to
No, no,
get
no.
your one.
This isn't really about the reason you did it. But
Okay, go on.
like the whole reason that like you were even caught is that I had a report, and I don't want to say who it is, but I got a report from someone saying that you were conspiring with them to boost. And then after I heard that, then they also told me that you were on the account. I got that report, and that's what actually sparked the investigation into your account in the first place, and that's why you were screenshot. So I do have like a pretty credible report that you did conspire with someone you knew to boost yourself. So I think that's why I feel like it's interesting you bring up boosting, and what like the example you give almost kind of sounds like a admission to boosting. Will you admit on that, or do you dispute that, or?
No, I'm definitely gonna dispute that. First of all, when I altered on the cheer list, I was hoping to not have any of my friends assigned to me so that it could be as hard as possible. First of all, the only reason why I altered in the first place is to make sure that this reliable method was actually working. Here's why I did that. I'm sure you're aware. I'm gonna just change the topic a little bit and then we go back. I'm sure you're aware of a lot of people, like some people, I'm not gonna mention names, but a lot of people that hold the cheer list in EU and NA, right? You do know that. A lot of them cheat on
Yeah,
basic
yeah, that's
accounts.
something we're hoping to stop.
Okay, correct. So a lot of those people, their other accounts were not really banned during the ban wave. Their main accounts were banned, but I know like that a lot of their accounts which they cheated on were not banned. So that made me go like, oh, what I gotta do now? All the tier lists, while I'm at it, is test their method and make my friend report me. This is not about MC cheers. The first problem is about sub cheers. My friend reported me, and I got banned for unfair advantage. I sent them the handcam video and stuff. They like felt kind of, I don't know if I would be using the word stupid, but they felt bad. And I was banned anyways for alting, so I didn't really care. I just wanted to show them, hey, you guys banned me for unfair advantage. Here's this and this and that. For the
So,
conspiring part,
Mhm.
I can only think of two people that conspiring, as in like they knew it was me on the account, but they knew like actually before the fight happened, they knew that I was Nor on the Lisa account, and I told them, hey, like just fight, do not snitch if that's like what you got, because that's as far as I know that's what happened.
well, one of
And
them snitched. I'll say that.
yeah, I know. But that's the thing. I was hoping to not have my friends assigned. But when I had them assigned, they knew that they were fighting Nor. But I don't know, like, if you mean conspiring to be boosted as in rigging scores, because that didn't happen. Like, me asking them, hey, please let me pass, that did not happen. I didn't
Well,
ask
that
anyone.
that does contradict what I've been told. So, I mean, I guess at best this is, like a he said situation.
Yeah,
So, that's a bit unfortunate. I wish that, I had the ability to really just get down to like the truth of the situation, and like once again I want to make sure that everything will pertain to you is handled fairly as well, which is why I'm very glad to have this conversation with you. But I'm just pointing out that like what I've been told is not what you're telling me, and what I've been told during that situation doesn't exactly match up.
yeah,
I
okay.
think one thing would like to reiterate for everyone watching and both of you guys is that the lack of transparency between the overseers and the people who are actively managing the tier list is so immense that Adam Sony, the manager himself, does not know why Nor was banned, and I think that's one of the biggest disputes
Well,
which is going on right now. Well, he knows
I
why
mean,
he's banned, but he doesn't have the actual
Okay,
logs to
let
show
me
that.
just bring up
I've
something.
seen it, but I can't show it right now. I will say that, and that's why I think this is much more up for debate. Because if I actually had the logs, I could display them, and I knew they were 100% legitimate, I would I wouldn't be having this conversation, because I would know you're being like
Yeah,
disingenuous.
and that's
But
why
yeah,
I said I respect you for that, willing to have the conversation, and you're not just saying,
yeah, of
"Oh, hey,
course,
it's 100%
yeah,
real." You're like willing to check, stuff and whatnot.
of
I
course,
appreciate
yeah.
that. But like as I was saying, like with the ban wave, uh, to be honest, you don't know much about the Doriala situation. I was hoping you could know more about that since he ended up
I
like
wish I
quitting.
knew more. Yeah.
Yeah, he ended up quitting the community. Like it kind of
Oh,
like tarnished his reputation and stuff, but it doesn't matter as much. But yeah, like I hope you now get like the reason why I actually ended up alting the tier list. But I've never. I just want to say this. Like I've said this on stream earlier. I never had anything against you. I told my chat and everybody I know not to make fun
I
of you.
appreciate that.
Like,
I don't have anything against you personally either. I hope we.
yeah, I get you. I mean, I kind of like, I don't know if they know this. I kind of like ulted once and I fought him. I kept fighting him on Stray, and I told him later on that he was me.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that. Those were some good fights actually. We should fight more sometime. That was really fun. You're
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
good. So yeah.
When I
But
knew, mm-hmm.
oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, when I saw like the thingy, when I saw like the Marlo video when you were fighting Marlo, and he or she claimed that they're not gonna be posting the video since you were recording your POV, knowing that they were
Yeah.
faking the fights, I thought to myself like I guess he's like just like us, he doesn't know what's happening fully, and that made me want to bring up something else. When the ban wave happened, I'm gonna tell you people's names later. I have an overseer who checked for me, and I knew like the manager back then tried helping me too. I remember my friend Linneton, he tried to help me uncover like what happened and stuff. And I remember they were being secretive and stuff, like not leaking anything, and basically not even telling their own managers what was happening. Like, so I kind of found that like odd, since even you, like after you became manager, like it took a lot of time for stuff to go down and for people to know the truth, even though I believe you already knew and you were just waiting.
I mean, I had like a theory. Like, the thing I did speculate was that it was some sort of like anti-cheat, like T-bot check or whatever. Because I literally couldn't like think of like anything else that would make sense, other than like it just being completely fake, which at the time I wasn't really inclined to believe.
Wait, hold on. Do you guys mind if I add 2 moderators from MC Cheers?
I mean, yeah, you could add whoever you want. No,
Hold on.
I'm more
Who
than
are they?
happy
Who are
to
they?
keep this going.
It's just Reapon and Rick. You don't have. It's not gonna really do.
Oh
anything.
yeah,
Okay,
no, I'm cool with both of them. No,
Wait. Oh,
I'm all for
Yo,
them.
Nor.
Javify, bro.
Come on.
Listen. Just don't
Nor.
Come on. No, I know both of them. They're chill.
Nor.
It's perfectly fine. Javify, come on. It's perfectly fine, dude. We don't have to. No need to freak out.
Okay, bro. Why are 82 people watching me talk
Hey,
to Adam
Rick.
Sony, bro?
Hello.
Hey Rick, it's been a Rick
we're
Rippin. It's been a
famous.
while. Things have
Hello.
been pretty crazy. It's been a very long past few weeks, I must say. But welcome. So right now, I'm sure you're aware Nor is streaming. He's
Yo,
reacting
Rick,
to
just
the
talk to Adam.
interview
Don't talk
I and a few other people did, and especially like touching on the portion where I used the ban wave and his situation as an example to emphasize the lack of transparency in MC tiers. So how are all of you doing?
Good, bro.
Doing fine. What about you, bro?
Oh, I'm doing amazing. No, this is like such an insane project. I kind of feel like the main character in like a Netflix series. But yeah, it's going pretty cool. But yeah. So I was just basically telling Nor that
Adam,
I was just
before you carry on,
sorry if any of
someone
you want to. Okay.
ask Adam what are his thoughts on client-side anti-cheats. Wait.
Oh, my thoughts on client-side anti-cheats? I mean, honestly, I'm all for them. I mean, if we're able to get a client-side anti, I think that'd be fantastic. I'm sure you heard in the interview I said that my goal is to make help make Minecraft an official esport, and basically all like major competitive games have like some form of client-side anti-cheat, whether it be Valorant, Fortnite, CS:GO, like any like major competitive game has a client-side entity, so that isn't really outside of like the industry norms. So I'm all for it, and I think that we really owe the community to do a lot more to help prevent cheating. So yeah, I'm all for it.
No, we're starting meowing. Yeah, nah, bro. So, Rick, you guys were asking me
Yeah.
to add you, bro. What do you have to say? Since you guys were ex-staff.
Well, what do you ask me a question and I'll answer. Just to ask me whatever you want.
Like, what do you remember when you were actively staff during the bandwave?
Well, there's a few things that I didn't like, and I'm gonna just keep it honest, you know, and straightforward. So first off, there was like in the staff team a few things that were just hidden, and we were never going to be told about them. Like you did not have everything you needed as a staff. Like there was some
Yeah, I didn't.
miscommunication.
Mhm.
And
Of course.
another thing that is weird is like at least it always stuck with me was in that bandwave like then. Well, you know, even the managers, the regulators, they did not know about the evidence. Like think about this way: if a moderator, right, with restriction perms is allowed to see logs of servers with like video evidence of people, right? Then
Mhm.
if you're already supposed to see logs, why we're not like why are you not supposed to see like logs of the bandwave, right? And
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
and if
sure.
you think it's from MCPP, Adam Sony, since you were saying that, I don't think it is. I have a friend who's mod on MCPP. He can see every anti-cheat they have. They have Totem Guard and they have Grim.
Oh yeah, I
So
didn't want to bring that up because you never really gave me permission, but you can bring it up. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna say who it is though,
Yeah, obviously don't.
but I mean, yeah,
Is there
that's
any
just
verification of this? Because this is
I've seen
hearsay.
screenshots. I've seen screenshots.
We can show
And are-
off stream, like not on stream though.
I could show Adam something on off screen, but I'm not gonna show names though.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah. So yeah, there is no other anti-cheat. So that's that. And yeah, another thing,
You
Adam,
mean-
just that
Oh,
I've
sorry,
been
go ahead.
told. No worries. There's like 3 of like staff that wanna like go to the new tier list you're making. They were asking me about joining your tier list again.
Oh, wait. I mean, I probably know quite a bit of that because I mean, we've had a lot of like of
I mean,
now
I'm not
former
gonna
MCK staff
ask
members
you, but
join us.
if you ask me, I might. You know, like
Oh,
it all
I mean,
depends.
for you yourself to join the network.
Yeah.
I mean that could certainly be discussed, but that's something I'd rather get into like off stream.
Yeah, yeah, we
Because
can.
it just feels kind of
Guy,
weird
Rick
doing it
Nicolak
like with
is a
all this
professional
audience.
at alt catching. I would like to
Don't
say
worry,
that.
guys. Only 80
Genuine
people
bro.
You
watching.
are. You're
No
like a
stress.
detective.
Yeah, Rick Nicolak is a professional alt catcher. You know.
Yo, bro, shut up.
No, that is. Listen. There's so many alters. When I got demoted, they're like, "Yo, thank God, bro. Thank God, bro. Yeah, I'm not getting banned anymore. Let's go. I can finally alt."
Yo, I did not
Oh my
expect
gosh.
this stream
You
to
were-
go
you
this
were a
way, bro. I
menace.
thought I was just gonna react to this and then go off, and then I realized like at some point it was like 100 people watching. Now 70.
No, I mean, and that's what, you know,
That's
I'm
funny,
fully
bro.
open to having a discussion with like anyone involved in the situation, especially like someone like you who's been like directly affected. I think that this kind of dialogue is exactly what the community needs right now.
Probably, yeah.
Wait, Tim.
Oh,
Yeah,
how you
sure.
doing, Ripon? Is there
I'm
anything you
doing
wanted to
good.
say?
I mean, if we talk
Some
about
people that I fought were asking me to be added to confirm they didn't boost or anything, but I don't think that matters.
Oh, another thing. When I was spectating like most of North's fights, because I didn't watch all of them, but I've seen like most of them. Like they were actually like S holding the whole fight. So like I don't think they would be boosting by just S holding the whole fight.
I
Hmm.
mean, everybody
mean-
that I fought, like Tim and everybody that I fought, they have their POVs, and we were not even in the same call. Like as I said earlier, if I wanted to be boosted, I would not get perfect scores. There's no reason for me to go 10-4 against Waso. I would just like 10-7, 10-7 all the way.
Oh,
You know?
well, Noah, if you don't mind me asking, or you may have already posted this, but I'm not entirely sure. Would you be able to like provide like raw uncut footage for like all of your fights for like your test on the Lisa account?
On the Lisa account, I'm not sure if I do have all the uncut fights, but I can try to find them.
Yeah, Yeah, can
Only
you
reason
try and find
why,
as much
like,
as you can?
if you can
Yeah.
see on my stream, as you can see, like I just cleared more space. I usually have 1 gigabytes, but I'll look for them. I can look for them right now.
Oh, yeah, yeah. If you could provide that, that would definitely like clear a lot of stuff up,
Yeah, I
like
got you.
on my perspective. But yeah, and I mean, once again, I just have to say this once again. This isn't like a gripe towards you personally, but I still like can't like condone like you getting on Lee's account. Like I understand your perspective on why you
Yeah,
did
of
it. Like
course.
you
No, no,
wanted to
I
test
did
the.
that knowing I'd never get like I'm banned from MC Cheers. I didn't really care at that point. I just wanted to see how it would go, you know.
You know what? Let's be real. It's not like it matters anymore. You know, yeah. I, along with Votex and Spook, we have led a revolution to bring down MC tiers and hopefully start something better. So.
Yeah, that would be nice if that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw you
absolutely,
guys
absolutely.
doing the MC Leagues thing. I'd probably compete in that and stream on it, hopefully.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, like once again, but please like try to provide, you know, as much footage as you can from that, from like your test, primarily on like the Lisa account, because that once again to like make it a lot easier for us to you know just like see things from a perspective and to like verify your claims, you know.
Yeah, I got you.
Alright.
All right. Are
But
there any other questions for anyone here? Anyone like you know, curious about something happening,
Yeah,
or
more
you know,
PC space.
questions that any of the viewers may have? We can address them right now. You know, yeah. If not, we can end this out today. Yeah. Everything good?
Yo, I thought I would be reacting to like 20 viewers. Not gonna lie, I don't know why. So many. I'm probably. I don't know if I
You're
should
famous. You're
unlist this
famous.
later. Should I unlist this or do we just keep it?
No, you can keep
I
it.
think you can do whatever
I
you
think
want.
we
You can
keep
keep
it.
it, bro.
Keep it.
Bro.
I'm just joking.
Ask Adam Sony for clues about the 9th game mode. I don't think he's gonna disclose that, but it's probably Spear Mace or Spear, I guess.
I mean, it's gonna.
Fuck
I mean,
off.
it's just like when it comes to like adding anything about another game mode, like these are like the kind of decisions we'd want to have community input for. So like you know, it would depend on also like what the community wants and like what like people are like interested in playing.
Someone is asking, is MC Leagues gonna include sub tiers? I highly doubt that, bro.
Well, now we're getting into stuff that's a bit like harder to publicly disclose because when it comes to partnerships, it isn't just like us needing to be transparent. It would also like require like other people like signing off and like what we're saying. And I don't want to like misrepresent anyone's words either. So
Yeah.
I can't really comment on that, but I will say that we are looking into all of our options for partnerships, and we'll do whatever we feel is like optimal for propelling the community forward.
Yeah, I see. Someone said, wondering what a PvP ranked is gonna do. I don't know. Ask Adam
Well,
when he's
I'm.
gonna. Oh, no, I know this is a troll,
Ask me
bro.
about
Jackson.
PvP ranked.
No, Jackson was gonna ask you about Corbla, but I think it's a troll. So, bro, Jackson. stop
Corblow?
trolling.
I don't think Corblow cheats. I haven't really seen any like compelling reason to
No, he
believe
says you
they
think
cheat.
they're the same person. Like you think Jackson and Corbla.
Oh, I think that's just
No,
that's just,
I don't.
okay,
I have no
yeah.
reason to believe that. They both hand cam. Their hands look different. They have different setups. That doesn't sound right.
Ask
I think
him
the
if
primary thing we
anybody.
should
Yo,
sorry to
is
interject, but
anybody from the
go
bandwidth
on.
gonna be unbanned? They're asking.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah, it's written. It's
if
written.
you yeah, if you've seen the like our announcement, we said that like vast majority of restrictions will be forgiven, but there are some that will have to stick. The biggest example I could give is the Rapture restriction. Like I think like we could all agree Rapture is undeniably guilty and also connected to Danger Mario because they're Hide XL. So
Yeah.
that one would need to stick. As for any other restrictions, I mean, we would need to look into like especially like the high profile cases like a lot closer. And I will say a lot of the restrictions too, I don't necessarily believe the evidence is adequate. And I don't think that's fully like a fault on MC2's part, but it's also just because we had like very little like cheat mitigation methods or like ways to detect cheats. So that's why we're gonna forgive a lot of the restrictions, but some of like the worst cases are like cases where like the evidence is like very, very, very clear and verifiable. Those will likely need to stick.
What about DNA lol? Yeah, keep them
Oh
banned, bro.
boy.
Keep
Oh,
them banned.
oh nah. You really want to bring up DNA law? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
someone said that in my chat, bro. Ask Adam.
Yeah, I mean, no, I can't see
Yo,
DNA law
Chipster
being
asks, am I
unrestricted.
gonna be freed? Bro. Nah, yeah, nah.
I think Tipser. I mean, I'm pretty sure Tipser is blacklisted, and blacklist. We're not gonna undo blacklist because blacklists are way more severe than like a cheating restriction. But but I mean, I have been talking with Spooked, who is one of the owners, and she is working to get blacklist appeals rolling as soon as possible.
We Lisa be unbanned. Yeah, bro.
I have
Lisa
a
is not
question,
getting
Adam.
unbanned.
Wait, I have a
Quick
question, Adam.
interjection.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt everyone here. So I've been seeing recently Flow PvP working with PvP ranked. So is
Oh
this
yeah.
gonna be a try like a junction like where you guys PvP ranked and Flow will be working together, or are they just random spontaneous partnerships just popping up?
I mean, right now, like, I can't like comment on like where exactly we are with any potential partnerships, so that's nothing I could confirm nor deny because I don't want to like compromise any potential relationships. But right now, like the PvP community is in kind of like a pretty uncertain state. Like, cause like MC Tiers, which was initially the dominant PvP network, it's collapsing. So I think everyone is just looking for like to form alliances and to like establish themselves, including us. So you're probably going to be seeing a lot of like partnerships coming here and there, but until like something is actually made official, I don't think it doesn't necessarily mean that that like there's actually going to be a partnership because who knows what things are going to look like in the even like a week from now.
Wait, someone asks you, Adam, how is MC Leagues gonna avoid having cheaters, especially ones who can bypass and also use undetectable cheats like T-bot? Yeah, that's true. I was about to ask actually about the anti-cheat. Also,
cool,
they keep
cool.
asking me about this guy. Apparently, you thought was legit, the Razo, whatever. They keep spamming.
No, I no, I believe I was the one who actually restricted Durazo. No, I did not believe they're legit. But as for like the anti-cheat, I think that's a really good question. Obviously, MC Leagues is going to be like centered around like the MC League server because that's where we're going to run the rating system. As for like the anti-cheating measures, well, firstly, unlike MC tiers, we're going to require like the high tier tournaments, we're going to require those to be recorded because quite frankly, I don't really see any good reason why like high tiered fights shouldn't be recorded. I think that was also like, if anything, it almost feels like that rule that kind of existed just to protect Marlowe because as of now we don't actually have any like real footage of Marlowe playing, which is pretty curious.
Yeah.
But as for like other anti measures, we may I'm not gonna say that this will happen because it's kind of like a kind of radical prospect, but we may require hand cams for some tournaments, and especially tournaments that involve like a cash prize because the stakes are a lot higher, and like cheating in a tournament like that's essentially just stealing. But we may require hand cams, and we're also, that's also one of the things that we're looking into partnerships, we're looking into like people who are developing like certain anti-cheating mods, stuff like hardware ID, especially revolving around the TPM module. But yeah, I mean, you can't catch everything. I mean, that's just the reality. Like, it's always like an arms race between cheaters and those looking to catch cheaters. But I think that MC Leagues will be in a good position to combat those problems in the future.
Okay, Adam, I'm gonna about to ask you like three questions at once.
Can I also ask you one as well?
Sure, yeah, ask away.
One at a time.
How about people with hardware constraints that may prevent them from recording? This one. Next one, Nqouir, please mention this. I use exit lag due to my horrible Wi-Fi connection. Will I be able to connect to MC Leagues using Yeah, that's something I didn't like about Flow. Like, my internet was kept fluctuating and I couldn't. But yeah, those were the two questions. I have like
okay, let's start with the first one. Hardware constraints. Now, this sounds a bit anecdotal, but I do know someone who has like a 2013 pretty low end laptop with like integrated graphics and like a really old processor. I think it may be like Intel like fourth gen or whatever. I don't know like what like the generations were back then, but they said that they could still like run Minecraft reasonably. I mean, it's a 2013 laptop. It's not really going to run great either way, but they're able to run Minecraft while recording. So I think, at least in my experience, I mean, I could entirely be wrong, and if I am wrong about this, we may need to rediscuss. But I think that a lot of cases where like someone is unable to record while playing, I think that's usually due to like just an optimization issue on their PC rather than like an actual hardware constraint. So yeah, in short, it's usually a software constraint that's fixable on there
Yeah,
and
like
not a
someone said,
hardware
like there's no
constraint.
way you can record, even if it's like
May
20
I
FPS.
inject real quick?
Yeah, sure.
So, uh, addressing the hardware constraint. So Minecraft will be in the future moving to from the current rendering system to Vulkan. So that should do a very
Oh
big
yeah,
assist
that
in
too.
hardware. And on top of
Cool.
that, you could kill two birds with one stone by hand camming with your phone camera, recording that footage,
Yeah, that's what
and
I
then
did. It's useful.
also having your screen on that using your phone. So that you kind of kill like two birds with one stone if you do that. So I
Oh
feel
yeah.
like any type of you know, how do I say this? Any type of like ambivalence toward using some sort of recording device may suggest ulterior motives, but of course it's a base by base,
Yeah,
characteristic.
yeah. So we can't have like a one size fits all solution to that
Yeah.
kind of thing. And also the second question, I think this one is a lot easier. Will you be able to connect to MC Leagues with exit lag? Yes. I see no reason why we shouldn't disallow exit lag. Like I know that like some servers they like block all VPNs and proxies or just like all blanket block data center IPs. Um, as for us, like I don't really see like a need for that, especially if we have like other measures for like detecting cheating and ulting. Like I could, for example, like see like a scenario where we may like because we'll have screen sharing infrastructure, so I could see a scenario where like we may ask someone to join without exit lag just so we could like verify that they're not an alt, possibly. I mean, once again, this is all just like ideas I'm just like throwing out there. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to connect with exit lag VPN or anything else. And if you also just to answer one more thing, you also will not need to use exit lag to spoof. We'll have a server side plugin that lets you equalize ping if needed.
Okay. Also, this guy keeps spamming this. I don't know why. Y'all said it was high tier 3 and above journeys, but in video y'all said it was low tier 2. What is it? When does the ELO stop? What does he mean? I don't know what he's talking about.
When does the ELO stop? I'm not
Okay.
quite
I'm not
sure what
just
you mean
copying and
there.
paste what he said. Check the
Just to
GC.
address that, yeah.
He said that.
So what the entire idea was, we're saying high tier 3 above, and then that means everyone who's low tier 2 will have to low tier 2 and above will have to do the tournament style, and the elo will stop after you achieve high tier 3.
Let me actually clarify that. I could pull up a document. So I just want to make sure I'm getting this right because this is a bit
Look, I'm gonna
more
put these like
complex.
3 questions that I keep seeing, like questions that we didn't go through. And then this
Let
guy
me
keeps
see.
talking about the hardware stuff. It'll make old hardware unusable with Vulkan, so it kind of eliminates the issue. Okay, so these are like the 3 questions that I see being spammed. I put them in there.
Okay, what?
Ask
Wait,
him what they're
okay.
gonna...
But first, I just to say with the elo stopping, no matter what your tier is, because once you get to like the high tiers, tiers and elo will be like relatively separated. Like once again, this could change in the future. But once you achieve low tier 3, which low tier 3, that's entirely elo bit. I mean, I know I keep saying elo, but it's glyco. But elo is just kind of like the colloquial term. But once you reach low tier 3. You'll then unlock what we call the high tier promotion system. So once you reach high tier 3, you can choose to start 5 rank up matches, and what that'll work is it will basically like automate the matchmaking. It'll do some calculations on the back end and assign you opponents that where if you beat them, your rating will go up high enough to achieve high tier 3. And then once you achieve high tier 3, you'll have to rank up a bit. You have to like increase your elo a bit more until you have the minimum elo for low tier 2. And at that point, you'll be invited to the low tier 2 tournaments where you could compete, and like depending on your performance in those tournaments, you'll earn a tier, and if you do really well, you'll get to challenge the high tier 1.
Okay. What? Wait. I sent you like a couple of questions, but
Okay, yeah,
can
let
you
me
answer
answer.
this one.
Oh.
This one ask Adam if he's gonna play his own tier list. I think that's interesting.
Am I gonna play my own tier list? All
No, you
right,
can
we're getting
play,
into
why
the
not?
juice. We're gonna get to the juicy stuff. Okay, this is something I haven't really decided yet, and I probably will. Like decide. This is something I'll probably decide when it like comes out. But I see like the
Oh, no,
pros
that's
and cons to both. Like I definitely would want to play because I'm very passionate about this game. That's what's driven me to do this in the first place. And if I do play, I would go like above and beyond to ensure that like people know I'm legit. Like I would always hand cam myself. I would do everything in my power to like reassure people that I'm not cheating, But on the other hand, like this isn't necessarily something I agree with, but a major gripe a lot of people had with MC tiers was that Marlo played her own tier list. And obviously that's different because she was like the #1 player overall. Like I doubt I would ever get to a skill level. If I do, that'd be amazing. But let's be honest, it probably won't happen, and I'll probably also be like way too busy actually like running the tier list. So like I probably ironically won't have the time to actually like invest into the game itself. But I would like to play the tiers. That's something part of me wants to almost just make like a community vote as to like whether I will be allowed to play my own tier list, because I do think that it is partially like even if I completely disagree with the sentiment, I do think that like community wide it is sort of like bad optics if like the owner is playing their own network and like competing. And adding on to that, like if like a tournament has like a cash prize, I probably won't compete because if on the chance I win, it'd be like I basically win my own prize pool, which I'm the one providing the prize pool. So that would just be like kind of weird,
Yeah.
I have a question, Adam. Actually, I have two if you can answer those. One, it's just for later, not for now, but
This
if
turn
maybe
into
like after
Q&A,
this,
literally, bro.
if maybe after this we can talk in private about a few things, because I've
Okay.
found a few things that could be interesting. I just don't want to say it in public. That's first. And second, is Altab gonna be unbanned? Because like you were saying
Who's gonna
he
be
should be
unbanned?
unbanned.
Is who gonna
Altab.
be
Because you were saying
Altab?
he should be unbanned, but like
Well,
Marlo were saying
I
no.
mean, honestly, like probably, like, because the vast majority of restrictions are going to be forgiven, so probably. As I said, I don't want to give a definitive yes or no though, because we do want to be able to decide on a case by case basis, and I don't want to give Altab like false hope that they will like 100% be unbanned, only to like disappoint them. But we are like, look, we will like forgive the vast majority of restrictions. But we will be a lot firmer on cheating though. So like if you get caught, you'll be out.
Please don't miss this stream. It's really good for information. I'm not gonna
But
miss it, don't worry.
anyways, can I start answering the like the actual like questions down here?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to leave these people waiting. Okay, which regions they'll have, where they'll be
Don't forget
hosted,
to
how
join the
will
server, guys, if you're not in the server yet. It's just for the stream.
Yeah,
how
And
we'll
send it to
deal
your
with
friends, send it to your mom, send it to your dad, send it to your little brother who's 4.
yeah, send
Everyone's
it to
gotta
the
be
whole
in it.
family. But
Yeah, bro.
all right. So ask which regions they'll have, where they'll be hosted, and how they'll deal with cross-region fights and I-Tier 3 tournaments. So, okay, well, right off the bat, I'm just gonna check to verify something. But right off the bat, we're definitely going to have NA, EU, and AS. Let me see. I'm just like scrolling down right here, trying to find the Oh jeez. we have like a region list somewhere, but it's kind of like buried under like a bunch of like our other stuff, our
Yeah.
master plans, if you will. Yeah, so we're gonna have, NA, like we're gonna have the usual ones like NA, likely hosted in Ashburn, Virginia. EU will be either Frankfurt, Germany, or somewhere in France. I think like the usual French host is like Gravelines. Asia will be Singapore, and then some other hosts will probably have, but can't confirm at the moment. Is we'll probably have like an NA central host, and an NA West host. But once again, this is like the kind of thing I'd rather have a discussion with the community with, because NA players, like especially like West and Central players, they're like all so used to playing on East at the moment, so they may all just end up gravitating towards the East region. So we'll probably need to discuss with the community as to whether that's
No,
actually
do
like
Amsterdam. No, bro. No.
No.
Amsterdam. I mean,
No.
I don't know. Like I'm from the U.S. I don't know. Like I feel like like Amsterdam, Gravelines, France, and Frankfurt. I feel like they're all like pretty close to each other.
Yeah, true.
Come on, us NA players, we all just like play Ashburn, and we're good. At least in Sword. I know like people, crystal players
Bro,
are a bit
I'm
more
trying to act
picky.
like I'm not gonna use exit lag.
What's wrong? I use exit lag myself. I
Yeah, but
have
some
no
people
problem
use
with
it
you
to
use.
get higher MS. Like
I
you
mean,
play on
yeah,
70
yeah.
MS, I
Well,
think,
if you're using it to get to ping spoof, obviously that's not allowed.
Oh no, I
but
would never. No.
better not. If I catch you ping spoofing, I may need to like walk back a bit of like what I said on the stream. You better watch out for that. I got my eyes on you, Nor. But all right, but those are the NA hosts. We're probably also going to have like a Middle East host. As for like where they'll be, it would probably be like a toss up between either like Dubai or like Tel Aviv. I don't know like what like, because I know Middle East routing is a bit like weird. Like I know like like Egyptian god Abdu, he's from Egypt, which is really close to Israel, but he gets like over like he gets like higher MS to Israel than he gets to EU, so we would need to work that out. And we also want to have like an India host, and yeah, that's about it for now. I mean, as we like further like scale in the future, we'd want to get as many hosts as we can. Like I could imagine this isn't going to be like on release, but I can imagine maybe like wanting like an SA host or like an Australian host. But yeah, once again, sky's the limit. So I hope that answers the question on hosting. I guess we'll move on unless you have comments on that. Okay, I'll continue. Nor genuine question. I kind of altered. Ask Adam if I could get my tiers from my OG account instead of my new account that is also tiered. I only altered
Yeah,
because
he's
I
not
got
staff
hacked at
anymore, bro.
account support. Oh jeez. I mean, I would need to like know like who exactly
My
this
bad.
is so I can look into their
didn't
case
read,
in the
I just like
future.
copy paste. My bad.
So I can like look into that. I would need a lot more info to answer that question. That isn't really like the kind of thing I'd want to answer on stream either. I'd rather discuss it with the user, or our staff could discuss it with the user. We could like hopefully work something out, and it also depends on like the actual like details of that case. Okay. Ask him what they are going to do about people that are unable to screen share, like people that don't possess administrator permissions on their PC. Okay. As for,
Inability
like,
to SS. 14 days.
inability to SS. I mean, like screen sharing protocols. We will develop those. Spooked is the one who's in charge of that. We probably partner with an official like screen sharing community, like the one Jobify linked in here. As for like how that will work, like if someone is unable to screen share, well, firstly, like, I mean, we could just like go down the route of like not like of just making a punishment for inability to SS, because realistically, at least as of now, I could really only see screen shares happening for like tournaments. So I think if we just make the tournament participants aware that like by participating in this tournament, you agree that we may screen share you at any time, and refusal or SS will result in punishment. Refusal or inability to SS will result in punishment. So I think as long as we make that clear to people, we should be able to do it. I mean, there's always going to be like some people who are in like maybe like an unfortunate situation where they actually cannot SS and aren't just like making an excuse. But it's once again the kind of thing will be handled on a case by case basis because there are like millions of different possibilities for that. Don't you think ELO system is going to be like whoever plays more or whatever gets a chance to be better?
Glico too.
Well, I mean. Well, the thing is, I guess you could say yes and no. I mean, obviously, to rank up, you are gonna have to play. I mean, that's just a given. But the goal of the Glico 2 system is that it's a version that's optimized for zero-sum games like Minecraft. And for the viewers, a zero-sum game is just a game where there's always one winner, one loser. So, you fight someone in a PvP match, someone's always gonna win, someone's always gonna lose. So that like we're working like a lot on the back end and to like making sure that the rating systems are accurate and that doesn't become just like a glorified leaderboard if you will. But yeah, I guess I'll continue. What is
One
the
thing. Could I
what?
add one thing?
Yeah, feel free.
So, in regards to a lot of people's questions about how like time and if people want to retire or things like what if they don't play for a long time or don't play enough, the way Glico 2 also works is that it takes into account the time from the time you played first to the time you're playing consistently. So if you don't play consistency, it calculates volatility and other features such as that. So if you don't play for a long time or if you play too often or play too little, it calculates that. That's the best part about Glico 2.
Oh yeah. Thank you so much for clarifying that. I think that's awesome. What is the starting elo? I don't believe I have that on hand actually. I may be able to go into like my conversations with the devs to see if that's been brought up. It may have gotten like buried, but I'm sure we have it.
Wait, I keep seeing
Starting.
this question being repeated a lot. How are you gonna be preventing elo boosting? That's actually concerning.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get into that shortly. Because I'm very confident that our system will make boosting significantly harder, if not eliminated entirely. Um,
Right.
Starting elo, yeah, I can't find any information out of it right now. That's something I may need to get back to, but we do plan on releasing very, very soon. So
Someone says
I'm sure the
ask
starting
Adam if
number
he.
won't be a
They're saying
issue.
I'm putting pressure on you to ask you if you need a break.
No, I don't feel
Yo.
pressured at all. I'm cruising. I'm like chilling. I don't mind being you. You could grill me as much as you want. It's totally fine. Like I want to be. I don't want to be like Marlo or Rai Rai. I want to be fully transparent with the community and actually answer the things that like people it's like questions, comments, concerns, anything of that nature. And everyone could be brutally honest too. I'm all for it. It's what I owe to the community.
MC
But
Tears is sorry, not MC Tears, is MC League's best agent right here, Adam Sony.
best agent. I'm like the PR person.
Yep.
No. I think no. Come on. I think Vortex is a lot more charismatic than me. But just a shout out to Vortex. By the way, he's the goat. But as for going back to the starting elo thing, that's something I'll have to get back on. I'll probably have to ask the devs because I'm not the one making the system. Unfortunately, I wish I had that technical knowledge. But I could ask them right now what the starting rating will be because the way it's actually going to work is that when you first start, you're going to do five matches in a particular mode. Then after those five matches, you'll start out with a rating. So I don't really think there actually is like a set like starting elo because everyone goes through like an eval period when they're unranked. So I think that actually probably answers the question better. So you go from unranked, you do five matches for that, and that's your starting elo, and then after those five matches, basically your first rating is determined, and you could go up or down from there. All right. Ask which regions where they'll host and about cross-region fights on the Tier 2 plus tourneys. Well, I think I already answered which regions. We're gonna, the NA, EU, AS, but where they'll
before you
host. I think I already.
continue, I keep
Yeah?
seeing like a lot of North American people like Kuma, Jackson, and everybody complaining about SA people playing in NA and just like having a big advantage.
Oh my gosh, as an NA player, I hear that all the time. Um, Well, what I would say to that is that like these hosts are subject to change. So if like the community wants like an SA host, like say more than like another region, we're more than happy to provide that. Though the funny thing about SA is that, for example, like the routing between like Brazil and Chile is like very weird, even though they're relatively close to like they border each other. So we would need to go in that. We may need multiple SA hosts. It also depends on what the SA community wants too. Because I know they're kind of evil. They just like coming on like the NA services. They like the high pay. Okay, I'm kidding, by the way. I'm not saying it just because there's like a lack of like SA servers. They think more SA representation would be awesome in this community. So yeah, I mean, if that's like a complaint, hopefully like we could reach a resolution on that. That's something I'll have to like discuss with the other owners. But no, I'm more than open to having like South American hosts
Wait, also,
or
what
like
about
hosts.
those people that like I see like one of my friends, like Birdie, like he plays apparently when Flow PvP launched, he was playing on EU and like he had 200 MS and he was like just like he was near impossible to kill him, especially because like he has the lag advantage and he's like a good player, you know? Like, what are you guys gonna do?
Oh,
Like, what if I decide to queue like in NA and I'm better on NA than like my own region? Like, is that a problem or is that fine?
is that a problem or is that fine? Well, it will depend on the optimization of the server. Like, for example, I knew I knew like someone from SA, like back when like Mindmen released, and I mean not SA, back from AU when Mindmen released, not Birdie, but like someone else, and they were like pretty unkillable on that server because like the optimization like really favored high ping. So yeah, that's once again, unfortunately, I wish I had an answer for this, but I don't have like anything like any solution like that off the top of my head. Like the first things that come to mind, and you're free to comment on these, and I'm not saying that this is what we will do, but we may make it so that like at least from like low tier 5 to low tier 3, you could only like queue on your own region. But once again, like I could see like the potential issues with that too, especially on like regions with like a smaller player base. But the upside though is that it's similar to like the current testing system where if you test, you're assigned a tester from your own region. So that's something that we would have to look into. But as for like actually like the high tests, like the tournaments, though we'll probably just go with like equal ping on those because we'll have a server side plugin that will let you equalize ping, so no need to download any mods or use like a VPN or exit lag or anything like that. So if like if you're worried about like potential advantages, at least for like high tests, that won't be an issue because if you're equal ping, like you basically are like equal playing field in that you'll both have the ping advantage there. Ping is a complex issue. It's something we all unfortunately have to live with. But yeah, it's something that we'll definitely look into on that, and that's just something like throwing out there. Um, and I think that also touches on like the cross region fights in the tier 2 plus tourneys. We're gonna make it equal MS, but like once again, if the community like wants something different, like they want to bring back like say like cross region fights where like they do like like 10 first to 10 on one region, first to 10 on the opponent's region. If that's what the community prefers, that could we're definitely like open to making changes in that regard. Um. But yeah, I guess we'll continue. Will Elo go down for inactivity? Well, as for like what Jobify was saying on like the Glico, it does take into account like your activity and then like adjust accordingly. But I'm 99% sure that like the elo itself won't be affected. However, we are leveraging data from MC tiers to define the tier percentiles. So like the example I like to give is like say in vanilla, the bottom like 40% of like rated players, or like the bottom 40% currently of tiered players are low tier 5, and then like the next like 20% of players are high tier 5. And those percentages aren't exact either, though this is just like the example I give everyone. But like we could convert that to rating, so like the lowest 40, the like in vanilla, the lowest rated 40% can be like low tier 5, and then the next 20% could be high tier 5, and so on. And we really prefer that because, you know, the ratings essentially act as a Rosetta Stone to convert like the tier percentiles into rating percentiles. So, and that also allows the tier standards to like ebb and flow as like the general skill level of the community changes. So with that, I could see maybe someone's tier going down if they're just like completely inactive. And also if you want to get into like the low tier 2 to high tier 1, like the high tiers that need to be actively defended, if you dodge too many tournaments, eventually you'll get either demoted or forced retired, depending on if you meet the peak tier requirements.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully that answers your question on that. So like basically in short, ELO itself just by inactivity won't go up or down, but your tier certainly could. Oh my gosh, I'm talking so much. I'm like losing my voice. May need to get some water. But
Yeah.
I don't know if you could tell or not, but
I think we should do like
yeah.
a quick break here for like 10 minutes.
No, I
Everyone
don't
can,
mind
like...
doing. I don't mind doing 10 minutes. I'll just run to the kitchen, grab like a water bottle, and come back.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what
Give me
you
one
want.
sec. I'm gonna mute.
Alright.
I'm playing Subway Surfers because everybody was asking me to play.
Bro. Get out, bro.
Bro, I died in Pac-Man. I low-key suck.
You know what you should do? You should go to the comments on the video because there's some funny comments on there, bro.
Oh, nah. What type of comments?
Yo,
Well,
Loki,
there
when
are
are we
some
when are
funny-
we having Timo against Malek, bro? We gotta know who's the best, bro.
Whenever, bro.
Subway Surface.
I'm trying my goat. I'm
Yo,
trying this
when
my
this
goat.
system is out, bro, me and Piggers are getting Hydra 1.
Nah, bro, me and Amchad are getting 2-1, bro.
Yo, I can't read the chat. I'm sorry. I'm genuinely locked in. I can't
Wolf,
read.
it's basically like another tier list, like MC leagues, not even MC tiers no more. But
I
like,
mean, it's made by
it's something
staff,
else.
and it sounds promising. I can't lie.
It
does
sounds
sound
better than
promising.
MCs.
Yo, chat. Listen, there are some
Yo,
people
guess
who
who's back?
Yo, back, bro.
Yo, what's
Guess
up?
who's back? All
That was
right.
very
Did I
good,
did I have
Adam.
I missed anything?
No, we were
Mm-mm.
just
Nothing
No.
like,
really.
Missing?
Just reading chat.
Oh. All
Yeah.
right. May I continue or
Of course.
Sure.
Yeah,
All
go
right.
ahead.
All right, cool. So it looks like the next question is will you be able to test for low tier 3 as well as well, I mean, technically the rating system is the testing system on this. Like, I mean, we think that one of the main issues with MC tiers is the rating. I mean, it's like the testing system, because I hear people talking about like how it takes them months to get tested, and I think that's unacceptable. And I think we could all agree that like the community deserves better. So for like low tier 5 to low tier 3, you could basically just like queue ranked anytime, and as long as you meet like your rating is in like the percentile corresponding to low tier 3 for your particular game mode, you'll be low tier 3. That's how you get low tier 3. So all right. Next question. If you ulted but didn't play on the alt in MC leagues, but it has legacy tiers, could you get banned on it? Wait, let me read that again. If you ulted but didn't play on the alt in MC leagues, but it has legacy tiers, could you get banned on
Legacy tiers. What is
I'm
that
not
mean?
sure. I'm not sure. I mean, I could say okay. Well, legacy tiers are just like because the thing is, since like tiers rely on percentiles, and we want to mitigate boosting, we're not gonna like transfer like current tiers. However, anyone with like a current or like retired tier on on MC tiers can get a legacy tier, and that's just something to like identify that you had like the tier in the past. Think of it like like peak tiers or retired tiers
Oh,
and
I
MC
see. I
tiers
see.
currently.
The only
So
tier 2 pluses are gonna keep legacy tiers.
we're only tier 2 pluses. Um, I mean, once again, not fully entirely sure. However, I will say that since we do have like access to all the MC tiers data, implementing legacy tiers for everyone likely won't be an issue. So
That's so just to
everyone,
reiterate the question, sorry to interrupt again, but I think what he was trying to say, that person, is suppose somebody alted on 2 accounts, right? They only intend to play on one of the accounts on MC League. So they were asking, would they get banned for alting if their legacy tiers are also transferred?
if they're I mean, if they still have the legacy tiers, like assuming those legacy tiers like weren't like, assuming like their tiers weren't wiped when they were restricted. I mean, I don't see why not, because we are gonna forgive like the vast majority of restrictions. So they probably could play on they could play on on MC leagues, and if they don't have the if they still have like the tiers, they could get it transferred. Yeah.
And also, like, I'm pretty sure legacy tiers are just like a token of a memento. They're like something
Kind
that were
of,
of the
yeah, yeah,
past.
pretty
Yeah.
much, pretty much. They
So
don't really hold any like real real
value.
like rating anymore, because they were also like a product of like what I consider an outdated testing system. So I think the new system will be a lot more accurate. Let's see. Okay, I guess that's okay. Ultima. How is your funding? Like, what's the full vision for this? Will it be similar to FNCS or something? Well, I will say our funding is pretty high. I touched on that in like the video. Um, our funding is in the currently it's in the tens of thousands. So it's 5 figures as of right now, and we have been discussing with excuse me, we have been discussing with potential investors and sponsors, and we have a good amount of like connections in like the gaming industry. We know like quite a few people who are willing to pitch in, but as of right now, we have our budget is in the 5 figures, and we've levied that budget to hire developers, commission builds, commission a website for both like the back end and the UI. So, and then we'll also use it obviously like for like the first month of the host. And also like if you want to touch on budget, like the server will be monetized. I know monetization is like a scary word, but it will be, for like the purpose of, just generating revenue for the server, keeping it afloat. And I'm also a believer that like the more money we make, the greater our ability to serve the community, because the more access to resources we'll have. Obviously, we're not gonna make it like pay to win, like buy high tier 1 for like $3,000. But like and as for like the vision, I mean, we definitely believe like the sky is the limit. Like we're hoping to make it we're hoping to make it like an official esports league, because we see a lot of like untapped potential in Minecraft PvP. So we want to have things like LAN tournaments, like we've been discussing with like a hotel chain, and I think like just like a convention company to like get like LAN tournaments. I think Vortex knows a lot more about that than I do, but yeah, that's certainly something we're looking into. I mean, we don't really have any like set limit. We just want to see how far we could take this.
And on top of that, just to add some things on, the money that will be generated through the servers and all the revenue faucets that are produced by the server and this tier list as a whole, it will be reinvested into the community. Unlike Marlo's tier list, it won't just be
Yeah.
pocketed. It will all be reinvested for, more LAN tournaments, more bigger cash prizes, better servers, lower paying for people if they buy dedicated servers. It's just going to be better overall for the community, and there'll be much more, you invest money, you get money back. That's just how the world works. So
Yeah, of course. Let me see. Okay, next question. Will the low tier 2 tournaments be on the same day and the same time every week? How will we deal with cross regions and time zones within that? And how will we deal with people's work/school, especially if they are high tier 1? Okay. How will we deal with well, I think like most likely because we're gonna have like bi-weekly tournaments at the moment. Like this could be subject to change in the future, but there's gonna be like a tournaments like very often, but the tournaments they won't be like mandatory or like they'll be highly encouraged, like similar to like defending your rank if you're a tier 2. But if you have like a valid excuse, like work, school, or whatever, I'm sure it could be like worked out. Like I think if someone's like being reasonable about it and they don't have like some sort of they're not just like trying to dodge. I'm sure it could be worked out. So I don't really see that as becoming an issue. And like having scheduled tournaments, I think also like is best because it sort of gives everyone like a heads up on like when they need to be online. And instead of just like like the like tier 2 scheduling, which in my experience can be it could be a pain in the butt. Trust me when I say it as a staff member. I see that like all the time. It's like, when will you be on? And that's like, come on, I was on. That's just ends in like a back and forth. So I think just like having everything planned in advance could like ensure that everything runs as smoothly as possible. But yeah, like as for like how often the tournaments will be, but I probably won't be like on the exact same day and same time every week, but it will be pretty similar. And also like once again, we'll probably also like need to discuss that like with the community as for like what they want, what like works best for them, because we're a diverse community. We're from all over the world. We all have different time zones, different schedules, things like that, different IRL commitments. So it's just gonna have to like come down to like what works best for everyone. I don't think that we should necessarily be like the arbiters of like you have to be on at like X date, X time, right then to fight.
Yeah.
But yeah. Other tourneys gonna be cross region? Well, for like the top tourneys, I mean, I think absolutely. Like, I mean, if you're talking about like the tournaments especially that like work their way up to fighting the high tier 1, I mean that's just kind of needs to be that way because we're from all over the world, and that's just kind of a reality of that situation. So yes, they absolutely will be cross region. I'm getting quite a bit of DMs. Oh my gosh. My DMs are like exploding right now. Hold on, let me try to get back in here. Okay. What if you want to retire? Well, let me see the retirement requirements.
That's a good one.
It's a good one, yeah. Okay, so this is how it's gonna work. So after 30 days pass with winning less than 5 matches, the player could be so so this is how it works. After 30 days pass, and if they win less than 5 matches, a player could be automatically retired at any tier. But to unretire, you'll have to do placement again. And if you're inactive for longer than a period of time, but no longer enough to be retired, your uncertainty will be increased. And as for peak tier can be gained for doing 20 matches at a specific tier without a demotion. And that I will say that does sound kind of vague because I'm just like reading off like something from our archives, but I think the like retirements can also work like you have to participate in, let's say, like 2 to 3 tournaments if you're like low tier 2 or above without getting demoted before you can retire. Okay, this is what I really wanted to touch on. How are we gonna prevent ELO boosting? ELO boosting, I think, is going to be like a whole lot more difficult because, firstly, whenever you queue, you can't choose your opponent. So the likelihood that you queue with like a person whom you intend to boost would be pretty unlikely. And secondly, Secondly, even if you do manage to do that, whenever you beat someone, their rating goes down too, and the further down their rating goes, the less and less rating you'll gain from beating them. And like, firstly, and then also, if you keep queuing the same person, keep beating them, that would also be logged, so it would be a lot more detectable too. And if it looks suspicious, we could certainly then take further action there. So boosting isn't actually much of a concern with this new system. We think it'll be a lot more difficult. And if you want to talk about also like high tier boosting with like the tournaments, well, I mean that's certainly a possibility, but I mean like we're gonna require them to be recorded. They'll be heavily monitored by staff. So I think that boosting will be a lot less prevalent. Next question. Let's say you fight a low tier 3 as a high tier 5 and do really good, but lose. What do you mean? Okay, do really good but lose. Will the elo vary? Since we're using Glicko and that's like for like zero-sum games, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter how you actually do in the fight. It's more so like the actual result, like whether you win or lose. Because honestly, like trying to define like what counts as doing well in a fight is pretty complicated. But also, like if you're logically since the matchmaking is skill based, if you fight a low tier 3 as a high tier 5, that would be. That would be unlikely you would be matched up with a low tier 3 and a high tier 5. So I think that's just like an unlikely scenario. But if you lose to a low tier 3 as a high tier 5, you won't really lose many points because that's kind of expected.
You gain elo by losing to someone who's much better than you.
Wait, what? Wait, sorry, repeat that?
Like, I think that in flow PvP, if you were to lose to someone who's, like, ranked much higher than you, you actually gain elo.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've never tested flow PvP, so I can't, like, comment on that. Like, once again, like, the odds of being matched up with someone a lot higher than you in the first place would be pretty low, and even if you do get matched up, like... I mean, I don't see why you should gain rating from losing to anyone, but, like, as for losing, it probably would be the loss would be pretty negligible. Let's continue. Can you ask if you will be able to test for low tier 3 as well as elo, like, or only elo based, or how long would they plan to launch it? I need to read that again. Oh my gosh, we're gonna launch it. We're gonna launch the network. This person's making me hungry.
Wanna have a sandwich?
Have a sandwich. I had a sandwich for breakfast this morning. Can you ask if you'll be able to test for low tier? Well, I already explained how testing for low tier 3 works. You just play ranked, and once you meet the minimum rating percentile, you get low tier 3. So yeah, I mean that's how you test for low tier 3.
Wait, the
so
highest
elo,
score
like...
you can start off with is low tier 3, correct? Like the highest.
Yeah, because your eval period is 5 matches, and then, if you do well enough in those 5 matches, yeah, you could start off as low tier 3. From unranked to low tier 3, yeah.
Okay, but doesn't that mean
Nqouir,
that
watching Lev Mazzy
you can't be ranked?
on you is hilarious.
You can't be
No.
Like, I mean, what if you're fighting, like, a tier 2, or is that, like, not possible? Like, during your placement matches. If you fight someone who's highly ranked and you beat him, doesn't you getting low tier 3, like, being the highest, make it unfair?
Well, I mean, for your unranked matches, you're gonna, it's gonna be like kind of like almost like the matchups are gonna be kind of like rigged up to like your relative performance. So if you're like doing really well in your placement matches, you wouldn't be like matched up with like a low tier 2 because that wouldn't be like accurate, but you would probably be matched up with someone who's at most low tier 3 if you do well and say maybe like the first like 2 or 3 matches, you then you get placed up, and then you do well against a low tier 3. But yeah, max you can get from the placement matches as an unranked player is low tier 3, and then if you want to get higher, you just need to play more from there. Yeah, I hope that answers the question, but Someone should tell Adam I love him. Oh, I appreciate that. I love you too, Grandpa Tim.
Yo, that's sus.
All right,
That's such an average Tim.
such an average Tim.
Accident.
Like he's so wholesome with everyone.
Yeah, such a
Oh.
great guy.
How long have they worked on this? We have worked, I guess that depends on how you define work, because, like, the idea existed for, like, a couple weeks. Like, the first person I reached out to about this was Dark Combo, and Vortex apparently was, like, floating around the idea for a couple months, but it really, like, got off the ground after we, like, met each other and, you know, like, convened on, like, how could we bring down MC tiers and build back something better? But, as for like how long, if you want to talk in terms of development, our developers have been working since they work really fast. By the way, we get daily updates from them, but they have been working since let me see, announcement stuff. I'm talking to myself.
Oh, good. We know. It's fine.
We know.
We know.
They've been working since the 21st. They've been working for about 5 days as of now. However, we do expect the server to be released at the latest, very early next month in May. But these developers, they're some of the best in the in the business. They're Boggy and Jan. I don't know if you heard of them or not, but you know, we've commissioned them a lot. We've paid for them to expedite it, and they're telling us that like they could come. They say that the server could come as early as the end of this month. So.
Wait, so the 29th of April is not like the release? I thought it was.
Well, after what we want to have on the 29th of April, I mean, it could very well be the release, or we'll just release another teaser. We have a lot of stuff in the
We're
mix.
getting
So.
scammed, bro.
Oh my
No, you're
God.
not getting scammed. Don't worry.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
It's not, you know, I mean, we don't have like full control over like when exactly like the devs will have everything in order, but we do have a time frame of like it's gonna come out like very soon. Like at the very latest, it's gonna be early next month in May. Ask me about KB Sync. Well, yeah, we're probably gonna have KB Sync because we do want to optimize the server to the best of our ability. I mean, we could like introduce like an option to disable KB Sync, but that will probably only apply to casual duels, not ranked. But like, you know, we want to create as many optimizations as possible, whether it be KB Sync or like, for example, like Mace with like the win charges that are also like really well optimized on MC PvP Club. We want to introduce something similar here, and that's something our devs are also very confident in. Okay. Someone says if everyone is unbanned, wouldn't it just become a cheater-infested thing?
Oh no. I'll make sure of that.
He'll make sure of that. Yeah, I mean,
You
we're
make
gonna,
sure.
you know, invest. We're gonna invest in screen sharers. We're gonna invest in more anti-cheating measures. I mean, certainly like the high testing portion, that's gonna be a lot more heavily monitored because there'll be like specifically scheduled tournaments that could be monitored by staff, monitored by screen sharers. We will have, you know, and just like further like ventures into like anti-cheat, whether that be like server side or like client side stuff with like hardware ID and just like blocking external programs from modifying like the JVM. Everyone, and as for it becoming like a cheater fest thing in like the lower tiers, I mean, it's certainly possible. I mean, I can't see like any like blatant cheats coming through. Closet cheats, like that's a bit more of a mixed bag. Like once again, you know, it's just like infinitely a arms race. But what I will say though is that since we have like essentially like almost like the vast majority of MC tier staff on our side, we basically have like an entire army of staff members to like process reports, and also process appeals as well. So I do think that it is entirely possible, if not likely, that there will be a good amount. I mean, not a good amount, but like unoptimal amount of cheaters on the first release days, but I could see like the majority of them getting dealt with pretty quickly.
Wait, that was gonna bring my next question, by the way. Like, this was not in the chat.
Oh,
How
sure.
are you gonna be
Sure.
qualifying like verified assessors? Like, I know people like Skeet and stuff. They've been assessing for a long time. They're trusted, but I'm guessing you're gonna need like multiple assessors. How are you like gonna be filtering those? Like, there's people that are gonna be saying, "Wait, what if I get ratted, etc." You know what I mean? Like those complaints. So how are we gonna like be making
Yeah,
sure
I
that
mean,
everyone's
yeah, I
trusted?
mean, I think that's absolutely like a legitimate concern. I mean, you know, there's a screen share in this call right now, Jobify. You know,
Hey.
I trust him a lot.
Well,
You
There's
know,
a
the best
few. There's
thing-
a few in the VC.
There's
Yeah,
the best
yeah,
thing
yeah.
about screen sharing is that, and I feel like if this gets too big to the point where we're having thousands of dollars of, having screen shares, I feel like screen shares will also have to be, to some extent, be, publicly known, and also like maybe down the line ID implication, just to prevent like any malicious deeds being done.
Oh, yeah.
From my past experiences with Red Lotus, for example, and also Apex, before you even start assessing, the very first thing that is taught in the handbooks is ethicality. And if that's not like implemented, you'll never be able to be a good screen share or have screen sharing done on your server. So obviously, there's going to be extensive types of background checks done on the assessors, whether that be just normal background checks or even maybe hiring OSINT investigators. Depends on the severity, and of course we want to keep privacy to the utmost scrutiny.
Yo, good night, pig. I love you. Yo, he
Night,
said
pig.
he wouldn't go to sleep if I don't say that, bro.
Oh yeah. And also like another thing too, I think this is something PvP tiers also does to a certain extent, but MC Leagues is also it's also a registered company as well as an LLC, so we may print out like legal documents people would have to like sign before they can get screen shared just to make sure like everyone's like protected from liability as well, because screen sharing is just like, it's a sensitive topic. You're having someone like looking through your computer, so you got to make sure everyone's like protected in the process, and like the goal of the screen share remains only to catch like cheats or possibly alts, not anything malicious. I guess we could continue. Will it
Oh,
have peak
also,
tiers?
sorry to interrupt. Adam Sony and I'm pretty sure Vortex will be face revealing, so it won't be a faceless company. And since it's an
Oh
LLC,
yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I'm more than comfortable face revealing. Like, I really don't see need to be like all secretive about. Like, I want to be a much more like publicly facing owner. And speaking of publicly facing, we also think that there is like. We think that there's a good chance you may be able to get a panel at TwitchCon at 2020 in 2027 in San Diego. So if you see us there, hi, this is like some foreshadowing.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right.
Oh, and also, one more thing. Since there'll be an LLC, which I wasn't aware about, I just figured that out right now. Since it's an LLC, a majority of like taxes and stuff like that will be public information. So everyone's gonna be aware of what earnings are being made and how much is being reinvested into the company. So since I think the primary goal Adam Sony is trying to go for is maximum transparency with the community. And I believe this is like the best thing that even Flow PvP hasn't gone to this extent, registering themselves in an LLC. So this just goes to show like the intent behind these players who are going out of their way to make such a great ranking system. It's honestly truly non-malicious and just sincere.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much. All right. Will it have peak tier if you lose your rank? Well, that depends on if you've achieved peak tier. Yeah. If you lose your rank before achieving peak tier, well, that's just kind of unfortunate. You kind of just have to work your way back up to the rank. But if you've achieved the peak tier requirements,
Well,
like
that reminds me of the
played...
Leafer situation. Apparently, he missed it by like an hour.
Yeah, I mean, I was the one who discovered that, and yeah, I mean, I will say, like, Leaford, if you're watching this right now, I'm sorry, but like, I ran the calculations, and I also ran it by an overseer as well, just to make sure, like, I was interpreting the rubric correctly, and yeah, the days are meant to be taken as a measurement of 24 hours in that, so Fortunately, yeah, he missed it by like approximately an hour and a half, so had to do what I had to do. Like, it's unfortunate, but like I can't just like turn a blind eye to that either.
Into I7 situation.
Yeah. Also, how are you like gonna be forcing top players to queue? Like, let's say someone gets tier 1 or high tier 2 or whatever, you know, like the top ranks. How are you gonna be forcing them to keep playing and actually have to fight in order to you know, keep the competition going?
The tournaments, you know, like the tournaments, like I said, you know, I don't want to say, like, you can't force them to do anything, but, if they, like, keep having, like, you know, like, absences from tournaments and, like, we're not able to, like, work something out with them and they don't meet the requirements, they will inevitably have to be demoted, because if they're not going to defend their title, then there isn't really anything you can do. So, yeah, so that's where the tournaments come in.
Okay. Yeah, that's a valid point. Also, like, let's say they do not attend and, like, it gets repetitive. Are they, like, gonna be striked, as in they're gonna lose a certain amount of elo that's demoting them a lot, or are they only gonna, like, go a rank lower? Like, let's say you're high tier 1 or low tier 1, for example, and you keep just dodging.
I wouldn't say like I mean, I wouldn't say a strike, because I don't really know how that would play out with like the Glico rating. But probably maybe it will always be like kind of like the older like Warren system. Like if you like dodged like maybe like 3 tournaments or like 4 tournaments or like whatever. We haven't settled on like a specific amount, but if you dodge too many tournaments, eventually you'll just completely lose your tier, but your elo will be unaffected. Because once you reach like the like low tier 2 and above, like you're like, it's almost like, think of it almost kind of like chess. Like in chess, like there's, you know, titles like Grandmaster, International Master, FIDE Master. Those titles have minimum ratings. However, they also require you to acquire norms before you could actually achieve those titles. So you could very well have like the minimum rating for a certain title, but if you don't meet the other requirements for that title, you won't have that title. But yeah, so like high tiers are like somewhat like, they're not entirely tied to like solely elo, and because of that, that allows us to actually strike someone from their title if they don't defend it.
Yeah. I see.
All right. Okay. Let's see. If legacy tiers are kept, could I transfer a tier from any of my accounts? You'd have to like, I mean, personally, I don't see a problem with it, but this isn't something we've discussed yet. Firstly, you would have to prove that you own the account and you're not just giving your tier to like someone else who doesn't actually meet like the requirements for it. I mean, as for like tier transfers, I think in the beginning, like, I don't know, I see a bit too much risk in that. We may just make it so that like we only like allow it if you actually like lost access to your account and you could prove you've contacted Microsoft support to get it back, but you just can't get it back. It's unfortunate, but like I don't like see a reason to I don't see it just seems like a very like small thing that like doesn't necessarily need to happen unless it's like necessary. So hate to burst your bubble there, but it's probably just how it's gonna need to be, unless we have some better solution. But that's just like the way it like strikes me hearing that like right now. Excuse me.
Wait, Rick, can you copy and paste questions since I was playing MC? I couldn't really see.
Oh man, this is okay.
Also, people keep asking like about
Yo,
what's
this
gonna.
is so long.
Everybody keeps asking about what's gonna happen to MC tiers now. Like genuinely, I'm curious. Like what's
Oh,
gonna
that's
happen?
it's fried, bro.
Okay, I've already answered these two that are already there, so let's just continue. What do I know what's gonna happen to MC tiers? Well, I've discussed it with a lot of people. I mean, I'm sure you've seen, like, you know, so many of the staff left. Like, literally, Mace has, like, no, like, moderators or above anymore. Like, they just all left. I think something similar happened to UHC. Sword is also very crippled. Like, all the regulators have left. And even, like, some staff who still have their roles. Only reason they still have their roles is because, like, the like Rai or whoever hasn't like removed them yet, but they're not like actually doing any staff stuff. But as for what's gonna happen MC2s, I mean, you know, with like so many staff leaving, I don't really think they have many other options. I mean, they could like just promote random people to staff roles, but that's
no,
not
don't worry.
that's not a good
They have-
solution.
They have
That's
not
what they're
a
doing right
zero.
now.
He stands on.
Yep,
Oh
not
my
if
God.
Zero's gonna carry
Okay,
them
you know
to
what?
victory.
You know what? I'm not gonna. Okay, once again, I don't want like I'm not gonna like badmouth Not of Zero. Like, I mean, he does have opinions about the Marlowe situation I don't agree with. However, in my experiences with him have always been like overwhelmingly positive. So Not of Zero, if you're watching this, shout out to you. I think you're an amazing staff member. But oh, oops, I just dropped my. But as for like what's happened to MC Tears, I mean, I honestly think it's gonna die. I mean, I know, like, shocker, but like, look at like everything that's happened. Like Marlowe, who was like the face of MC Tears, has been exposed for not only being a cheater but also being Danger Mario. And Rai, who I've talked about, like my experiences with Rai have been like overwhelmingly negative. Like talking to Rai is like talking to a brick wall. And, you know, we've tried negotiating with Rai for so long, and like
Wait,
the only
Adam,
reason...
Adam. Wait, yeah, Adam. Just before you talk about Rai, like Voltrex was talking about it, about like Rai. I can't really say on stream about it, but I would just prevent like talking about Rai right now, just for like a few days.
Wait, really? I mean, I'd have
Yeah.
to talk to Voltrex. I
Yeah,
haven't heard
just-
anything about
Yeah, he was messaging me earlier.
like during our live stream.
Yeah,
Has he
during
been-
the right prior to the live stream. That's why I didn't show the screenshots.
I mean, okay, but like, I guess without talking about Rai, I mean, I think the point still stands though. Like, I don't really see any good way for MC2s to get back on its feet in its current state. Unless there's like a transfer of ownership, I can't really see like anyone in their right mind like buying MC2s, and even if they do, the name is just like so tarnished. I can't really see anything like really getting back up on its feet. Or like anything like I just think that like MC Tears is pretty much done for. I think it's gonna die, and part of me is kind of sad about that because being staff in MC Tears has been like a huge part of my life. But you gotta move on. You gotta do what you gotta do, and I think it's just it's unfortunate it's come to this situation, but. We tried negotiating with everyone, but it didn't work, and that's why, like, MC Leagues even exists in the first place. So this just needs to happen. It's time for the community to move on, and yeah, bye
Yeah.
MC Tears.
And also the thing with MC Tiers is all their players retired, so even if the staff did not like leave, there would be no top players to fight for the tiers. You'd be fighting plumbers, as Refon said it. So.
Fighting.
Also, Adam, a small question.
One more. What?
Am I gonna be banned from like the Discord?
Well,
I'm technically still banned.
Dude, what? You want me to discuss that kind of thing like on stream? I mean,
I
don't
mean,
know
I don't
what-
find it.
dude.
Dude, a lot of people were banned for sending my channel. Peak.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like.
By Adam
uh,
Sony.
I mean,
Adam
you're gonna-
Sony,
I
bro.
mean,
I'm
but
trying
like,
to get views, bro.
I'm-
Why you, No, I'm trolling.
I mean, nor like I'm just gonna be honest, like I just like really just like do not like, and this opinion is shared amongst like many staff members, but like we just like don't condone like that video. We don't condone videos of like someone actively breaking the rules because that could encourage people to break the rules. And there's also
Cut. My Wi-Fi just went on for a second
Wait.
as soon as he said.
Let me check for you.
Wait, is it back? Looks like it
I see you
crashed.
fighting Ziggs.
It's back. Wait,
Let me check
it's
if you had
back.
an audio.
My bad, guys. Crashing just to the. Bro, I was winning that fight. Okay, buddy. I don't know. No, we dropped from 70 viewers to 30 viewers, bro. Time to ping again.
Because we were talking so much.
Wait, we've
Yeah, we
been
should
probably
streaming
wrap
up
for
the
almost
stream.
for
We could-
2
yeah, we
hours.
need to
can address-
we need to wrap this up.
We've
I'm
been-
I'm
Yeah,
starting
we
to
could
lose. I'm
probably-
losing my voice.
Yeah, we could probably get this like more questions done
Don't worry, don't worry, I
on
never
April
leave.
29th, guys. Stay tuned.
Okay.
Remember the dates.
Yeah,
April
it's literally
29.
plastered everywhere. It's kind of hard to miss.
Bro, no way we've
Bro,
been
it
talking
got
for
yeah.
2
plastered in my
hours.
friend in my Discord where I'm just chilling with my
Wait,
friends. It
we
got
have
even
50
posted
viewers
there.
again. Okay, we good.
We're good. Okay, you want me to continue? I think I'll answer just like the last question, and then we
Yeah, let's just do
will
3 more questions. Yeah.
3 more. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right, yo. I'm literally gonna have no voice by the end of this. But okay. Um. Ask their relationship with PvP ranked, and what does he think of peer-to-peer connections for cross-region fights? I mean, way I mean, once again, like discussing potential partnerships, like I don't want to misrepresent anything, nor do I want to like leak anything out of like respect for all parties. So I can't like confirm nor deny what that will look like. But as for what do I think about peer-to-peer connections cross reach fights, I mean the way it's been described with like PvP ranked, where they like get rid of like some of the bottlenecks that make that trigger lag in PvP. I mean, I think it can work, but I'm probably not the right person to ask in that because I don't really have like the technical knowledge to like fully explain it. So, but yeah, I mean, I think PvP Rank, they certainly have a vision, and I think that their project has a lot of potential. Um, okay. What are the other questions?
I can't see any anymore.
Oh,
You
are
answered so
we
much
wrapped up?
that I don't even know.
Someone said, Nor you gonna. Oh, okay, this guy's asking about my mod. It's in my server. Why don't they just make a mod that can identify any cheats and require it to be played on the server?
And be bypassed and very invasive, but they're
I mean,
probably
I
gonna implement
think
that
that
later.
can happen, but I think that'd cause some legal stuff. No, like that's what somebody said at least. I heard that
Well,
before.
I mean, if it's a mod that doesn't act on the kernel level, so you can't. That's impossible to make something that could detect all cheats with it just being a mod. It would need to be like a kernel driver, and even then, even like Valorant's Vanguard gets bypassed. So I mean, in an ideal world, yeah, we'd love to have it, but is it feasible? Probably not with current state of technology.
I mean, of course, it's probably going to be easier to detect mod-based cheats. .jar cheats are probably, if we do implement that, or if there's Adam Sony, I should stop saying we, but if Adam Sony and their team does implement that, .jar cheats will probably be eradicated. DLLs eradicated. JVM arguments being changed will probably be eradicated. So, all the cheat clients would probably have to step up their game, as Adam said before as well. It'd be an arms race. So, but, it'd make it significantly harder. You won't see like your average John cheating. You'd probably have to see someone who's pretty technically skilled or knowledgeable about it. Going out of their way to do that type of stuff.
Like if they have like hardware cheats or something. Oh my god.
Yeah, and that's why we have that's why they have assessors, and they're probably going to prevent that from happening. Of course, there's always going to be an exception, but it's just going to make that population of people smaller.
Wait, someone said, do they plan to make this new Minecraft tier testing system that will overtake Flow, PvP, Cat, MC tiers, sub tiers, etc.? Wait, I
I
don't
mean,
get this
if we
guy's
wanna,
question.
if our goal is to like outcompete them, I mean, if they become competitors and not partners, I mean, I guess there's no other way to say that than, yeah, like, of course, they are, they would technically be rivals, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's. It's a weird thing to say, but like it's just like the reality of that sort of situation. Some smart person should make a VM or cloud environment that could detect cheats, and you would just play on that instead of having all the ways you can spoof cheats. A VM or cloud environment to detect. I don't have the technical knowledge to comment on that to say whether
Wait,
that's
hold on. Let me read
possible
it.
or feasible.
Some smart
Somewhat.
people should make VM or a cloud environment that can detect cheats, and you would just play. Okay, VM, as far as VMs go, there's multiple bypasses for that as well. Like, I think the most popular one currently, or was popular, there is Ocean analysis, and you can also do TCP analysis for it, was Faker. But even that, like, you have to be pretty knowledgeable to be running these types of things. And even with that type of knowledge, Faker can be detected. Like, there's going to be new assessing rules. Wireshark can catch it pretty easily, and everyone has their own,
tools to catch these type of things. So VM cloud environments, while they are implementable, there's so many workarounds to that the scale of that the scale at that would be implemented would not be very beneficial and would only catch like a very small population of dedicated cheaters.
Yeah.
And there's more efficient methods of catching those type of people.
The best methods are like real life things or hand camming, because like the thing is, there's multiple ways to even use Faker. Like Wi-Fi is catchable, mobile data is also catchable, but I'm not saying it's gonna be catchable 100%. And Ethernet is like the one that's like not really catchable. And there's a lot of bypass methods, but like the things that are not able to be bypassed by cheaters are video evidence and hand cam, because in video evidence like there is like no real way to like not be caught. Like if you cheat,
I've
you will
seen a
be.
video of someone who's hand camming and trigger botting simultaneously. But then again, if you're doing that, eventually you're gonna like
you will be
click.
caught.
Like T-bot is eventually gonna click faster than you, and it's just gonna expose you. There's something that I use. I got it from like those speedrunners. You see like that keyboard and mouse overlay thing that I use in my videos? That's really useful. Like it's synced automatically, and I always use that. Like I think making people use that or having people use that is genuinely going to be useful.
And
So
with
willing
like
for
the
you to do that.
implementation of everything, there's so many like levels. You're gonna have like there might be a mod, then you're gonna have video evidence, then you're gonna have hand cam, then you're gonna have video recordings, reviewers. There's gonna be so many people like reviewing every little thing. There's just gonna be like very little room to cheat. And those people who are going to cheat, they were gonna be cheating prior anyways. And it's just at like such a high level, it's only gonna be like one or two people who are actually gonna be able to like get away with it. And even then, people always slip up. Like the way DNA got caught is by leaving his trigger bot on, right? So that type of those type of incidents are common. It's enough to like not it being like a big enough issue to be like worrying about right now.
Okay. Okay, someone says tier 2 tournaments and tier 1 tournaments would go crazy, to be honest. Hella fun to watch top players fight. Yeah. Someone says, is there going to be a casual queue? Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're
Okay.
gonna have a casual queue. Why not?
Someone
I think we
says
should
you
end
can
off
still
here
get
now.
cheats. Oh yeah, what about video evidence? Who's going to be reviewing it? I mean, I think we need like professionals, like yourself, for example, and Sword. That's good.
Yeah, no, I mean, we definitely want staff who are like who know like the ins and outs of like their particular game mode, because they're obviously the most qualified to detect cheats. Yeah, I mean, like the staff structure is going to be is going to be like relatively similar to like the current MC tier structure. Like you're going to have game mode specific staff and then network staff. But as for like who's going to process like cheating reports and looking at video evidence, that's going to be like the staff for like the specific game mode where the cheating allegedly takes place.
Okay. And
Alright,
why do
I
they
think we should end off here.
keep
Wait,
talking about land fights? Is that going to be a thing, or am I tripping?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's certainly a goal of ours, and I think it's a lot more achievable than like a lot of people realize. Like Vortex is working on, deals with like hotels to like, rent out a bunch of rooms to have land fights. So yeah, no, I mean, I think if our goal is to become like a major esport, yeah, that's like the next step. IRL land tournaments.
I think it's enough, because everybody's like telling me they're gonna go to sleep. Nor you made me stay up for 2 hours. How dare you? I'm sorry, bro.
Bro,
I'm glad that I'm glad you're interested enough to want to listen to me ramble about a new network.
Yeah, I did a lot of stuff. I played Subway Surfers MC while listening. That was
Really,
fun.
you played
though.
Subway Surfers? Oh my gosh.
Bro, I started doing stray stuff.
It sounds
Oh
like
my gosh. I hope
a
I'm
promising
not
system, though.
boring you, but
Nah, you're not.
Nah, that wasn't boring. That
It
was
was
very
not
interesting,
boring.
brother. It was very
I love this
interesting.
level of transparency though through the community. I feel like Nqouir is much more, happier after hearing this. He's probably like ecstatic, jumping up and down, his chair in glee,
Yeah,
oh my
bro,
god, I'm being
100%.
unrestricted.
Oh
But
my God, being
I'd
unrestricted.
probably play
Yeah.
on my old, bro. Wait, hold on. I
No,
can pick
no,
one
we
account to
that,
play
no.
on.
Which
Right.
order we're playing on today, guys?
Wait, what?
No, like I should be able to pick one account to play on. Like I don't want to, if I don't want to play on my main, since once they get unrestricted, if I do, I'm guessing I'm not gonna have a tier, so I can just play on a fresh account. I don't have to be on my main, do I?
I mean, certainly
Ooh.
if you want, yeah.
Yeah, pick a account and stick with it.
Alright.
Sadly, I serve my tiers. I can't do that.
Okay, bro. Okay, sounds like a plan, but yeah, it sounds promising. Wait, can I do that too? No, Kuma, you can't.
All right, guys. I'm gonna delete this GC now. Everyone can add each other if they want to stay in contact, but you know,
Cool, yeah, I'll add
I'll add you,
like
I'll add you.
everyone. Okay, Nora, I'll add you. Rippa and Rick, I already